Hi, my name is Brandy, and I'm going to record a video for you stating 10 ways to help cope with anxiety. And so this video is super important to me because I've suffered with anxiety almost my entire life, and recently in December I experienced one of the worst episodes of anxiety I have ever had. And so I am learning how to live with my anxiety, and I figured for those of you out there who have anxiety, who may need a tool or something to help them, that I would show you what I use to help myself. I'm going to try to run through this video straight through because my movie editor on my computer is not working, so it won't let me edit clips. So hopefully if we have a bump in the road, you'll just bear with me. But getting back to the video and a little bit more about why I'm making this. Back in December, it was the first day of finals week. I had a final at 8 o'clock a.m. and at 7 o'clock a.m. I had a massive breakdown, just complete massive breakdown. Wound up going to see the psychologist at the university that I go to, and at that point was diagnosed with severe anxiety and depression. Now, I've had anxiety since, oh my goodness, since forever, so this was nothing new to me. But the depression part really kind of caught me off guard and made me sit back and realize, like, wow, I'm really depressed. And so it was a completely hard 3 months leading up to being diagnosed with this. This bed right behind me was my prison. I would lay in bed all day and just do nothing, and I was paralyzed. Couldn't move, couldn't go out with friends. Some days couldn't even get up for school. I was scared to live, and it was hard. I mean, part of me was scared of myself, part of me was scared of the world, and so the combination of all those things just kind of led to this one massive breakdown. And it's okay to have anxiety. And I know at times you are going to feel all these anxious moments that you can't explain, and you're going to want to reach out to people and hope that they can help you. And for people who don't have anxiety, this is going to be hard for them because, here you are having a panic attack and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. So if I can at least help you and give you 10 different techniques that you haven't tried before, then I think I've done my job and I'll be completely ecstatic. You may even be super anxious watching this video, and I would encourage you to just calm down, and it's going to be fine. I know how anxiety has its ways of working itself in even when we feel the most calm, and then out of nowhere we're just like, oh shoot, I'm in panic mode. And so for that reason, I'm learning to deal with mine. I am not 100% anxiety free, and I don't think I will ever be. I still see a psychologist to help with it. But I'm hoping that through these videos, I can share my experiences with you, and it will be able to help you as well. So one of the first items I have on my list to help cope with anxiety is something that I've been using since I was 10 years old. I probably have in my collection 12 or 15 of them right now, and that is my favorite Isoflex stress ball. And you can see this one even has the tag on it, so it's brand new. I love these things. They're made of sand, and sand is a calming quality that I like. And these are definitely one of those things where, if you're having an anxiety attack, say in class, and, you need something to help you cope and you don't want anybody to notice, all you have to do is put this little thing in your pocket. You can squeeze it. And every time you feel a wave of anxiety or that anxious moment, just squeeze it a little harder. It won't pop. It works wonders. And they're relatively very inexpensive. So this is a number one for me. The second item I have on my list, I think I underestimated it, but this has to be one of my top 3 anxiety coping techniques, and they're fairly new. Some of them are a lot of money, some of them aren't, but if you have anxiety and you need to calm down, I would strongly recommend buying a stress relieving coloring book. I go to school in South Carolina and I fly home to New York a lot. So having this with me on the plane, having this with me just in school when I have some downtime, it honestly works wonders. There's so many different drawings and designs you can do. You can buy a big pack of colored pencils. And just the lines and the motions of coloring, it really calms you down. And I found that I'll be sitting on my couch and I'll start coloring, and it's 4 o'clock and I've just finished a picture and it's already 5:30. So That's definitely got to be top 3. The third thing that's a little bit more expensive, but definitely has some of the same calming qualities of the first, is Brookstone's Moon Sand. So you can get this in all different colors. I'm a pink person, so I had to get pink. They have this, they have white, blue, you name it, they've got it. They also have cool accessories to go with the sand. So these are basically like little shapes, and you hook them onto your finger and you take the shape and you just pat it into the sand, and you can make fish, you can make animals, things that go in outer space, you name it, it's there. It's definitely something to consider trying if you have a lot of downtime, or you're feeling very anxious, to just play with the sand and just kind of take your mind off of whatever is going on. Okay, let's see. Fourth, we're on number 4. Fourth calming quality. I love this little guy. This is an aroma elephant. So he has little beads inside of him that release lavender scents, and lavender is something that also helps you calm down. So he's really cool. You put him in the microwave and he spins around, and all of the lavender inside just gets released, and you sleep with this little thing at night, and it helps you calm down. Also, he has little beads in him, so if you want to like squish him, that would work too. But he's super cute, and you can get this at Amazon, Bed Bath & Beyond, and they have all different types of animals with all different types of scents. So if you're like a rose person, not a lavender, sure you can find that there. But I think he's super cute, and my grandma got him for me, so yay. All right, moving on to number 5. This is something that works for me only when I'm in the mood for it, really, and that is reading. Reading can take your mind off of a lot of things if you're reading something that you like. I particularly find the 50 Shades of Grey series really interesting because it's not like anything out there, I don't think. And so because for that reason, it takes my mind off of whatever's going on. So it doesn't have to specifically be 50 Shades of Grey, but you could also read. There's so many different novels out there. If you like history, there's something for you. If you like culinary, cookbooks are great, especially if you want to cook and kind of take off from the book. That's awesome. Okay, so we're up to number 7. So my number 7 is, one of my favorite things to do is write. And they have all these cool journals out there now than they did when I was like 7 years old. I remember all the journals that they had were just like ones with like little locks. But now they have like all these cool leather bound journals and ones with like voice recorders that you could like voice a password in. And so this is awesome. And so many pages to fill up either what you're feeling, what happened to you that day, how you overcame it, especially if you're having a really good day and you write down some of the things that you did, and then you're having a bad day, you can go back and just reread it and try to do the same thing over again, and it might help you. I particularly like to write stories in here, stories that I start and never finish. So I have a bunch of fiction and nonfiction stories that I've wrote, but none of them have ever gone anywhere, and that's okay because, for the 4 or 5 hours that I was writing in this journal, I was calm and my mind was just completely overcome or overtaken with whatever was worrying me or not worrying me. So that's there. So now we're on number 8. And number 8 is something a little strange that I don't physically have on me, but I have found over the past week that it's been starting to work, and that is to eat a cheeseburger. I know that sounds so weird, but if you don't get enough iron or you don't eat enough items with iron in them, you could definitely start to feel anxiety, and all these studies are coming out. There was an article in, I believe it was Women's Health magazine, called Where's the Beef? And it basically said that there's a trend between people who stop eating meat and have anxiety. So if you're not getting enough meat, it doesn't really have to be a cheeseburger. It can be brisket, pork, even chicken. When I just think iron, I think cheeseburger. So if you're really feeling anxious and you haven't eaten meat or had something high in iron for a while, I would definitely try that. I've noticed definitely a small difference by increasing the amount of meat I eat. So Now we're on, I probably skipped a number, but that's okay. So we're just going to go with the next item. And the next item is something that you probably carry on you all the time, minus one thing. And that is music. I love this little speaker. You can get it at like Target. I mean, if you get it on sale, it's like 20 bucks and it's loud. But you have music on your phone. If you are ever having anxiety, one of the best ways to kind of distract you is to just put this music all the way up and just dance around. And I even have my cool new tap shoes that I got. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but you know, tapping around to loud music, kind of just getting my mind off of whatever's going on really, really helps. And so, second to last thing that is super important, and to represent that, I have this is my little armband. And so one of the things that I found that like I absolutely love when I'm getting or feeling anxiety coming on is to take a walk. And I know exercise, the thought of exercise, working out can sometimes work you up more than actually exercising. And then it's the whole, well, I don't really have time to exercise. That's fine. You can walk for just a half hour. There are so many studies out there that show that anxiety and depression can not be cured, but definitely be helped tremendously by the power of working out. So all you have to do is walk for 30 minutes, and something that really helps me is as I'm walking and I feel anxiety come on, I just increase my speed by 0.1. And so every time I feel a little bit anxious, I keep increasing my speed, increasing my speed, increasing my speed. And by the end of my 30-minute workout, sometimes I'll find that I am literally running. But I get off the treadmill, or I get home from school or work or wherever I walked from, and I feel so much better. Then when you get home or you get done with your workout or wherever you're coming home from and you feel that tiredness, that's great for anxiety. So your mind is a little bit weaker, and of course you release a ton of endorphins, which will end up helping you in the long run, and it'll help you sleep, which is great. My final tip or technique is definitely to pray. I find that I am most calm when I'm praying. I just sit and I talk to God and I say, you know, here's my day, here are my troubles. It's definitely, I think, a form of meditation and relaxation. I've never felt kind of anxious when I pray. I mean, I feel like the Bible and just reading about God has this unbelievably calming quality about it. And so, you know, if you're not religious, or you know, kind of iffy about the whole God thing, I mean, I would definitely give it a try if you do have severe anxiety. I mean, it could really help. Just even reading the Bible, reading some of the stories might take your mind off of whatever's going on. So pretty sure I skipped a number in there, but those are the 10 techniques or things that I use right now to help with my anxiety. And like I said, I still have anxiety. I live through it every day. If, you know, my parents were sitting right here, they would say that I call at least twice a day just to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Having an anxiety attack. Can you calm me down? And they do it every time. I would say don't ever be embarrassed to seek help for it, whether you go to a psychologist, meditation, yoga, whether you have a group of other people that you get together with who do have anxiety. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. The more I talk about it, the more I find other people who have it and other people who've gone through it. I think it's something that not too many people want to share because it may label them as crazy or weird or what have you, but you could definitely overcome it. I know that it can be very scary at times, but it is in its own form curable with the right techniques and the right people by your side. And if you have any questions or any constructive comments, please leave them on this video. I would love to hear it. Or if you need help with anything, I can list my email address below and you can ask me any questions, especially about other techniques. Say you tried some of these and they haven't worked. I definitely have more. But I've really enjoyed making this video, and if it helps at least one person, then I've done my job, and I'm super thankful. I'm hoping to give you more updates of how I deal with anxiety a little sooner, maybe what brings my anxiety on and how to just curb that in the moment. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you learned something from it.